Hello everyone. Today we are going to start our unit 3 in electrical and electronics technology subject for diploma chemical engineering second sem. So unit 3 is transformer and single phase induction motor. So before going to start with this unit, we must know that what is transformer, then what is the principle of transformer, why we use transformer. So for this, just let's start. First is what is transformer. So as we know that transformer is used to transfer the electrical power from one circuit to another. The main thing is without changing the frequency. So we can call it as a transformer. Transformer can increase or decrease the voltage with corresponding decrease or increase in the current. So as the current and voltage is increase or decrease depending or based on that, the transformer can increase or decrease the voltage. This depend on transformer current. So this is here in this slide. This is the image of the transformer. It is primary winding, this is the secondary winding, or we can say this is the flux flowing from primary to secondary winding. So now at what principle transformer works? So it is nothing but the working principle of transformer. The basic principle behind working of transformer is the phenomenon of mutual induction between two windings. Okay, just now we see that there is primary winding and secondary winding. So based on this winding, there is a working principle of transformer that is depend on the mutual induction linked by common magnetic flux. Basically, a transformer consists of two inductive coils that we just see, that primary winding and secondary winding. The coils are electrically separated but magnetically linked. Okay, so as we see in this image, these primary winding and secondary windings are magnetically connected but electrically separated. So because of this, what happened when primary winding is connected to the source, okay, of alternating voltage, then alternating magnetic flux is produced around the winding. So when we connect the source to the primary winding, then alternating magnetic flux is produced. So the core provides magnetic path to the flux, and this is nothing but the core path. Okay, so it provides the path to that magnetic flux to get linked with the secondary winding. Most of the flux get linked with the secondary winding, which is called useful flux. So the flux flowing from primary winding to secondary winding, we can call it as a useful flux, or the flux which is not get linked to the secondary winding, so we can call it as a leakage flux. So as the flux produces in alternating, EMF get induced. So because of this flux, EMF get induced in the secondary winding according to the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So because of this, whatever EMF is going to flow from the winding, we can call it as a mutually induced EMF, and the frequency of mutually induced EMF is same that of the supplied EMF. So because of we just now say that the transformer is a device who carry the power from one circuit to another circuit without changing its frequency. So if the secondary winding is closed, then the mutual induced current flows through it, and hence the electrical energy is transferred from one circuit to another. So this is nothing but the working principle of transformer. Now, what is the basic construction of transformer? As we see that there is a primary winding and there is a secondary winding, but actually what the actual construction of the transformer is. So this is the image of the construction of transformer. This is your primary winding, this is your secondary winding, then these are the terminals, then we can call these are the bushings. So here the oil conservator. Okay, so we can call it as a, so this is oil conserver. So it is nothing but the construction of your transformer. So as we know, transformer is consist of two windings laminated on a steel core. The coils are insulated from each other as well as from the steel core. A transformer may also consist of a container for winding and core assembly called tank. Okay, so this is nothing but the tank. Suitable bushings to take our terminals, oil conservator to provide oil in the transformer tank cooling. Okay, so in transformer, oil conservator is used for provide oil in the transformer for cooling purpose. So because of this, oil conservator is used. In all types of transformer, core is constructed by assembling laminated sheet. Okay, so the core is constructed by assembling laminated sheet of steels with minimum air gap between them. The steel uses having high silicon content and sometimes heat treated. So why the laminated sheets are used? So this is used to we can say to reduce the eddy current. Okay, so eddy current reduce करण्यासाठी laminated sheets they are using. So now types of transformer. So there are many types of transformer. So first is depends on phase. There is a single phase or three phase transformer. Then as per the core type and shell type. Then depend on cooling system. There are self cooled, air cooled and oil cooled. These are the types of transformer. Also based on the voltage level, there are step up transformer and step down transformer. Okay, so these two types are based on the voltage level. Then based on the medium of core use, whatever the core medium we use, in that core medium there are two types of transformer. First is air core transformer and second is iron core transformer. Then based on the installation location, there are also the various types of transformer. First is power transformer, means it is used in a power stations. Then distribution transformer. Distribution means what? We use this as a domestic purpose. Okay. Then measurement transformer. So they are mainly used in measuring of voltage, current, power. So these are the measurement transformer. Then protection transformer. Protection transformer is used in circuit. Some components must be protected from voltage fluctuation, etc. So in this protection transformers are going to use. So these are some types of transformer. Now next is EMF equation of transformer. So it is also one of the important point in this chapter, that is EMF equation of transformer. So as we know, we have seen the primary windings, okay, or we can say the primary turns. So we can call it as a N1. Okay, for primary we can call it as a, yes, this is our transformer. So this is a primary, we can call it as a N1, and for secondary we can call it as a N2. So phi is nothing but the flux, okay, maximum flux. Then T is your time period. Then first is the flux form is a sinusoidal wave. As we know that the flux form in the transformer is nothing but the sinusoidal wave. Okay, so because of this, it rises to a maximum value of phi. It is nothing but its maximum value of phi, and decrease it to the negative maximum of phi. So flux reaches maximum in 1/4 of cycle, then it taken equal for t divided by 4. So average rate of change of flux is nothing but phi divided by t by 4. So we can call it as a 4f phi. So f is nothing but your frequency and t is 1 upon frequency. So induced EMF per turn is equal to rate of change of flux per turn. So as we know, the form factor is the ratio of RMS value to the average value. Okay, form factor is the ratio of RMS value to the average value. So as we know, the RMS value is nothing but 1.11 into 4f phi. So from this we get that RMS value is equal to 4.44 phi. Okay, RMS value of EMF induced in winding is equal to RMS value of EMF per turns, x number of turns. So for primary winding, the RMS value of induced EMF is, we can call it as a E1. So it is nothing but 4.44 into F phi m into N1. N1 is nothing but your primary winding, and for secondary winding, same formula. The difference is into N2. N2 stands for secondary winding. So from this, E1 upon N1 is equal to E2 upon N2. It is nothing but your 4.44 F phi m. So this is the EMF equation for the transformer, that is E1 upon N1. E1 is nothing but EMF upon number of turns. E2 is nothing but secondary EMF upon secondary turns. So it is having the value of 4.44 into F phi m. So E1 is nothing, you can say EMF, or you can say supply voltage, you can say primary winding voltage. So it is your E1. Now what is the voltage transformer ratio? It is also one of the important question in transformer. What is voltage transformation ratio? So voltage transformation ratio is denoted by K. So suppose, as we know that there are two windings, that is N1 and N2. So if N2 is greater than N1, then your transformation ratio K is greater than 1. Okay, if your secondary windings are greater than primary windings, then K is greater than 1. This condition we can call it as a step up transformer. Or for opposite condition, that is N2 is less than N1, so K is less than 1, so we can call it as a step down transformer. So the voltage transformation ratio is nothing but primary voltage upon primary winding is equal to secondary voltage upon secondary winding is equal to K. So it is nothing but your voltage transformation ratio. Then now, what are the applications of transformer? So transformer are used in most electronic circuit. Transformer has only 3 applications. Okay, so in most of electronic circuit we uses transformer. So it performs 3 applications, that is to step up or step down the voltage and current, then to prevent DC. So it can passes only AC current. Okay, transformer can passes only alternating current, so that totally prevent DC from passing to the next station. So transformer is used to totally prevent the DC. So these are the applications of transformer. So now what is the transformer efficiency? As we know that efficiency is nothing but your output power divided by input power. So okay, so it is nothing but your efficiency. So transformer efficiency we can call that comparing system output with input will confirm transformer efficiency. So if your efficiency is high, then we can say that our circuit is operated in proper condition, or it is in better form. So this is nothing but the formula for efficiency in transformers. P out divided by P out plus power in into 100. Okay, so this is the transformer efficiency. Then just now we see that the applications. So these are the applications. It is used over a long distance. Then transformer with multiple secondary are used in radio and TV receivers. Then also transformer is used in a voltage regulator. So just now we say that the first application, it is used in most of electronic circuit. So this is all about the transformer, its working principle and the applications of transformer. Then what is the voltage transformation ratio of the transformer. So in next lecture we are going to see the losses of transformer. There are 4 types of losses are present in transformer. So we will start in the next lecture.